All right, and what you do this weekend?
I got top 4 at the 3v3 YCS in Costa Rica. First of all, just shout out to Julian Guard for the awesome deck boxes. Tuesday night testing group over at Nathan's. Austin Peeps, Adrian for the cards, the Euros, Waff, and the lads in Britain for all the support and help prepping.
Oh yeah.
And then Council Arena, and obviously my team Sebastian and Steven. Amazing teammates, couldn't have asked for better help throughout the weekend. So I played Fire King Snake Eye, 3 Ash, 2 Poplar, Oak Flamberge. I think this is all pretty necessary. This is good with the Temple that I play, and then also just in general, it allows you to play through Nib pretty efficiently. And then just consistency cards, Launted, Bonfire. I maxed out on all of it just to always make sure I can play the game. It was a 42 card main deck. Yeah, 0 issues. Temple is really good to play going second into the mirror. And also it's the best card to have in your deck against all the shifter decks. Fire King package was all these, pretty normal. I think Circle was unnecessary, but I think it's still good. It's the best card to search off Onyx for whenever you're on your follow-up. And then Kieran overall, I think I'm going to cut to 2 moving forward. It was pretty clunky at times, and overall it's useful, but not necessary. Then non-engine, I just maxed out on hand traps that I all thought were impactful. I didn't think Droll was too good into the format. It's okay into the Fire King deck, but against everything else, especially the pure matchup and like stuff like Voice, it's like impactful, but not like turn ending. So if I'm gonna pair a hand trap, I think I would just prefer like some of these that can just like stop them from getting anywhere at all. And then Tactics is just like the best coverage card against everything. I expected a lot of hand traps in main decks, so just like having the option to rip hand or just like draw into more extenders, which is something I don't think people do enough, is really nice. Extra deck. Yeah, obviously Link Rebo, IP, Doolittle, just a nice extender. There's some neat interactions, like you can summon it back off Arvada, so it's a Link 2 body instead of a Link 1. When it gets popped off of like Princess, it just adds you follow-up. You can add back Kieran, and then also I can trigger Amblo Whale whenever you pop it, so it's a nice little like 2-for-1 with Princess, just to give you that extra trigger. And then other Link 2s, just the normal stuff. I think all of these are necessary. Phoenix is a generic Link 2 fire. It also just like helps clear back row against maybe like the pure deck or just in general. I think it's a necessary card. Not mandatory, but it's a card I didn't want to cut. And then 2 Princess. This was the best card in the extra deck, obviously. And then the second one was like game winning in multiple situations. People would just like SP the first one, or like you would summon it back on your turn, they would out it with something, and then on that situation you're like, all right, make the second one, summon back Flamberge, and then just kill you. Then Link 4 is Amblo, Apo, Zelantis, Raging Phoenix, and then Underworld Goddess. I think this is also one of the best cards in the extra. People weren't really expecting it in this deck, and then you just like, it's like mainly for like an IP target. You're like, okay, Tactics take, all right, I will now make Goddess with your guy, and then I will like link off all my stuff, so all I have is this, you can't take it. And then Flamberge will come back, so I'll have the fire still for Princess and Graveyard. And then also it turns off Charmers and Flamberge, and it has like the on-summon negate effect, which is really nice.
Wow.
And then side deck, 3 Bell is just like, it stops Soul Release, Voiceless Voice, Mirror Match, Pure Snake Eye. So it has like a lot of applications across the format, and just been more hand traps in both sides. Then Agave Dragon, just necessary. Subversion is one of the better cards to have going second against just shifter decks, and there's a good going second card. Overall, you can set it off Witch if you need to like try and use it to bait something out early. And then Club by the Grave for Droll and Shifter. Then this was the best like board breaker into the shifter decks. And then also it has like decent coverage against like the pure Snake Eye deck if they have like back row in, like if they're playing Gears or anything like that. And then 3 Cosmic Cyclone for anything like fire related, just because in case they play Floodgates, or even also it's like their field spells like Divine Temple or Island, so it has like different uses. Then against like Voice's Voice, it stops like their spell, so you can target their shit and stuff like that. And then Anti-Spell I thought was the best going first card against the shifter decks, which I was pretty concerned with over the weekend. And then against like the Fire King, which is the mirror, you just like have that. And then against other matchups, you just have like hand traps or like Cosmic Cyclone going first. So I think this like had the most coverage overall. People were playing like strikes and other solemns and stuff, but I think this was just like the best across the board.
Thanks, sir.